Good morning, everybody in the United States, and good evening to those of you in Europe. I have arrived. I've made it to Venice and took a nice long nap, which I shouldn't have done, but that's okay. But I am in an apartment. I have a couple of days before my tour of Venice starts. We're doing a 7-day staycation, which I think is going to be the way we should travel in the future, just staying in one place. 7 days here in Venice, doing all the local things. And I thought I would show you this magnificent view from this apartment. So I'm floating up here above the rooftops of Venice. We've got San Giovanni e Paolo over there, which is where the doges, the dukes of Venice, used to be buried. And the very tippy top over here, that is the Hospital of Venice. It used to be the Scuola San Marco, so it was like a charitable organization like the Shriners. And you can see down here a canal, and there have been people going by here all afternoon. It is actually more crowded than I thought in town. But wait, there's more. Come with me. We're gonna go and see the upstairs, which has an even better view. Okay, here we go. Now I love when you get an apartment with a terrace, because this terrace is kind of not exactly attached to the apartment. But wait for it, the view. And here we are on my terrace, overlooking the entire city. That's the Campanile of San Marco, so that's the main piazza there. And we'll just take a little spin around. And if you know Venice, you can probably even figure out where I am. Up here, that is the airport right there at the end of the lagoon. You can vaguely see the outline of the Alps, the Italian Alps and the Dolomites. And is that earlier view I showed you with San Giovanni e Paolo and the Hospital of Venice right there, Ospedale. So this right here is Campo Santa Maria Formosa, which you may have passed through if you've been here before. The main square, and these are the domes here of the Basilica of San Marco. And then, of course, Campanile. And then over here, we've got Santa Maria della Salute, the dome in the distance. So what I'm standing on here is called an altana. Do you see this? This wooden structure. And actually, if you've ever been to Venice, you very well may have seen these out of the corner of your eye, but never noticed them. So this is what they look like from a distance. This is an altana. Now, altane were actually built back in the time that this city was very bustling. So let's say the 11th century, 12th century, all the way through the 16th, 17th century. And this one actually is relatively new. But what they were meant for is not what you think. Like right now, this is a great spot for me to come and lay around and get a tan and get some sun. It was the opposite back when these were built. These altane were actually built so that the elegant ladies who lived in these buildings could come upstairs, sit on the altana, and then put their hair out with horse urine on it and bleach their hair, because having Venetian blonde hair was very, very popular. So Venetian blonde is sort of like this kind of reddish blonde. So it's somebody who has obviously dark brown hair. They have soaked their hair in the ammonia from horse urine, and then they come onto the altana, this spot here, with a big hat and put their hair out, but have to keep themselves completely covered, because being pale and fat and with blonde hair, that was the ideal, because that's not how Venetians naturally were. You always throughout history, the beauty standard is something that's almost unattainable. But that's why they built these. And some of them still persist, not a ton of them. And actually in this neighborhood, there are only just a very, very few. There's the one I'm on, there's one over there. You can see one right here. But in a lot of parts of Venice, there are lots of them. So just kind of a fun thing. Oh, there's several over there. You can see structures over there. So when you come to Venice, if you get the chance, finding an apartment with a terrace I always look for apartments with terraces no matter where I go, partly because I like cooking for myself, but also because I love to cook for myself and have a view and just be a little bit up above the madness. So it was a little crazy, actually. It was really quiet at the airport. Then I got here today, and the main part of town, the San Marco to Rialto zone was pretty crazy. It wasn't as crazy as it normally is, but still busy. So I'm happy to have my little retreat floating over the roofs of the city. So just a little taste of what is to come. I'm going to be here for 10 days, and I'm going to try to do something every day for you guys to just live stream a little bit. My Patreon members are going to get a special event tomorrow. I'm going to take them on a little walking tour of Venice as our monthly Patreon treat. So that link will go up here shortly, and then I hope that you guys can all join me. I'll do it probably around lunchtime for you tomorrow and evening my time. So it'll be an evening stroll through Venice. We'll watch the sunset together and enjoy a little bit of the atmosphere. So look for something new here every day, and hope to see you in Venice someday. This is a great place to spend a week and to really get to know it, because it's a little bit of a misunderstood city. So we will see you again for more of this beautiful city